It is 6:30 time.
Okay, folks, we'll go ahead and get started. I'd like to call to order a special meeting for Lafayette Township Board of Trustees and Fire District. The notice requirements of section 121.22 of the Ohio Revised Code and the implementing rules adopted by the board pursuant thereto were complied with for the meeting. Roll call.
Paroli here.
O'Neill here.
Fullerton here. We can stand for the pledge, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we have one item on the agenda, and that's it. We're gonna discuss the Medina Country Club site plan review. And Wayne Phillips, right?
Yes.
You're gonna be answering all the questions that we have?
I'll try.
Okay, good. Any other board members? Okay, Chase, you're okay? You don't wanna talk, or you wanna, I mean, you can freely talk if you want. You were on the board.
I will be present at the moment.
Okay, all right, I'll go ahead and start. Wayne, I did review, the site plan, and I did go over the zoning commission's, minutes. And, actually, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna read it. Chase, who obviously you know is sitting beside you, made the motion with the following specifications. So there's a couple notes, confirming the building height, review with the fire chief, review of the bedroom issue and whether that will impact the plan. There was a side discussion, that there is no food prep in that area. And then also a bullet point for, soil and water approval with the county engineer. That would be up to the county.
Right.
Not us. So
Right.
we can kind of cross that one out. So my first question to you would be, do you have, and what I'd like to see is in an elevation drawing scaled and dimension showing the building height is 35 feet or less. The tower can only be up to 15 feet higher than the main structure.
Right.
Do you have that? And
We
can you
don't have
email
it. I don't have it with me right now. I did talk to the architect and the engineer. I verified the heights and they're drawing that now. But the whole purpose of this was to try and get approval so we could go to the county and at least try and just get the site package and the foundation plan approved so we could get started before winter.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where maybe it's getting a little misconstrued. We know that we're not gonna start building the building until winter time. But if we can get the earthwork done, get the building pad built, get a foundation in there, it's poured on slab, it's no basement in this building.
Correct.
Before winter gets here, that was our main objective. We knew it was gonna take several months to get through zoning, get through
Right.
everything in Medina County.
Mm-hmm.
So when the last meeting, I talked to the architect after the meeting and he verified all the heights. He emailed them to me and said, you know, you're way under height, you don't have to worry about none of that. I did meet with the fire chief, he was fine with everything. And so I told the architect and the engineer, I said, we need drawings. I need scale drawings to prove our point.
Right.
And they said, we're working on them as hard as we can right now. So I said, what, are you talking a week, 2 weeks, a month? He said, hopefully in the next couple of weeks I can get you. It's not gonna have every particular in the building, but it'll at least give you the height of the building, the different elevations. And I still don't have it yet.
Okay, and then, there was an issue that I'm just bringing up.
Right.
That, from the zoning board, the bedrooms, but then someone had said, and I can't honestly remember who said they were bedrooms, but now they're gonna be changing rooms.
Yeah, they're gonna be dressing rooms. I don't know why they put bedrooms on there. I mean,
That's a wedding venue. You go
Right.
and you need a place to change. you get
Right,
that for the wedding.
exactly,
I get that,
exactly.
but on the record, they're changing rooms.
Right, oh yeah, they're making them dressing rooms, not bedrooms.
Right, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and then there's no food prep
No,
in that area?
no,
Okay.
No.
All right. I guess my biggest concern was just if we could get the drawings, to show that the height.
yep.
So, you guys got questions for me, I'm sure?
I think you got a copy of the email, didn't you, Justin?
I did see the email, and that's why I wanted to kinda add, while we definitely wanna get the drawings with the final dimensions and everything along those lines, if you have the rendering of the exterior photo, the standalone kinda decorative tower
Mhm.
is the only peak that's gonna exceed our 35-foot limit, and it will not exceed the 15 additional feet of
Right.
overage that's allowed, so.
I wanna say, correct me if I'm wrong, and Wayne jump in, the tower was 37?
Yeah,
Is that right?
exactly.
Okay.
Yep, that's right.
But everything else was under the 35,
Okay.
and our code allows that overage for the decorative
50, yeah,
towers and
15
side
feet.
skylights and stuff like that, up to an additional 15 feet, so,
Yes,
you know, again, absolutely we wanna see those
Yeah.
final drawings, but I think the plan is to be well within those.
Chris?
I had obviously the bedroom question and the 35-foot question as well, but, as I went through our code, so this is considered to be the preliminary site plan review,
Right, we-
not the final, right?
Right, we were trying to get approval so we can go to Medina County. Medina County don't wanna see anything until they know we have zoning approval. And we were just trying to get approval so we could get the underground and the site package and the foundation package into Medina right away. Because the architect told me, he goes, we're not gonna have the final plans done with everything, you know, sprinklers, HVAC, kitchen, everything, probably until July or August. He goes, but I understand, we wanna get the foundation in, get everything cleaned up so we're ready for winter construction.
Right, which makes perfect sense.
Cause there's a lot of steel in this building.
Oh, yeah.
And all the, from the zoning perspective, the setbacks look good, parking is good. There's just some requirements that are really kinda odd for us that we do require for whatever reason, because we don't decide on them. Underground utilities, all that kind of
Right.
stuff, so.
Yeah.
I'll just run through some of the things that need to be in the final plan, in order to make that as quick as possible too. But, should include 15 sets of the application, which is probably one for every trustee, zoning commission member, BZA member, secretary. Location of wetlands, the 100-year floodplain boundary, and elevation as delineated by FEMA. Proposed phases, is this gonna be a phase? That's easy enough to,
Yeah, cause, I think,
okay.
All right.
we'll get them scrambled too.
No, that's good. I'm glad you're here to help out with that. Is this considered a phased project at all, or?
No.
I didn't think so. So that would be, not applicable. Vicinity map drawn to a scale of 1 inch equals 2,000 feet, drawn with a north arrow. Little tiny things that are not gonna be hard to get, just things that are required. Location of water supply lines, fire hydrants, shutoffs, etc. Storm sewers, retention, detention ponds, wastewater lines, connections. I don't really know why we require that. That's all gonna be covered by the county anyway, as far as, building permit goes, right?
Yeah.
But nonetheless, it's in our
Right,
our
part
codes.
of our code as well.
And location of other utilities, fiber optic cables, natural gas, electric cable, etc. And this would be all for final, so we're not there yet. So yeah, I don't really have anything else other than that.
And I think a big part of that is just so that we always have
Something
a
to
copy of
refer
it
to.
in our file, should we ever need to pull it for some reason and the county not be available. But I agree with you, that's obviously all stuff that they take
Needs-
care of with their end, yeah.
Justin, anything to add?
No, I think, I think we covered the main concerns, going forward. And as, Wayne mentioned, this is just to allow them to kind of get started. We'll still have final approval processes to go through as well, so.
Anything you wanna state?
No, not really.
Motion?
I would make the motion to approve preliminary plans, as submitted, plus, you know, assurance with the 35-foot and the bedroom issue.
I will second.
All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
I have a question. That's for you, Wayne. I was wondering, you mentioned the other day you're gonna knock the cart barn down in the old, pro shop.
Right,
Are you gonna build another cart barn?
yes.
Do you know where yet?
It's gonna, well, where we'd like to put it is somewhere where the pro shop is now.
Down near the cemetery?
Yeah, and then we're gonna put a new golf hole in the rest of that area. Like a lot of that parking lot at the west end of the existing clubhouse is gonna go away. And they're gonna have some tees and putting areas up there. But yeah, we would like to put up a new 10,000 square foot cart building somewhere down there by the old pro shop.
Makes sense. Thanks.
And that would count as an accessory building for golf course.
Yeah, it would just be a pole building that's dressed up on the outside to make it look nice, but just strictly to store the carts in. But I've been on the architect about that too, and his response was, just relax, let me get one thing done here at a time. I said, okay.
Alright, motion to adjourn.
I will move to adjourn.
I'll second.
All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
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 Thank you.
6:41.
Thank you.